Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we're taking a look at the Spyderco Rhino. Now this is a really unique, neat little knife. It really packs a lot of cutting power in a small package. So I hope you enjoy the overview and the knife portrait. The Rhino was designed by Michael Reinhold, who is a knife maker and an outdoorsman. The show side handle scale has a cutout that provides full access to the spidey hole, but the other side has this protrusion that kind of ends up blocking access if you were to try to spidey flick it with your right hand. It is pretty easy to flick it open with your left hand. If you're right-handed, it takes a little bit of practice, but once you get it, it is really fun to fidget with. I really like how there's no thumb ramp on this knife. One of my least favorite things about Spyderco knives is their steep thumb ramps. Personally, it's not comfortable for me in hand while I'm using my knives. So the fact that this is just kind of flat across, it works really well for what I use my knives for, which is generally just boxes and packaging and stuff like that. Here's a close-up of the blade. It's full flat grind, and the steel is CTS XHP, which is a stainless steel. The blade length is 2.37 inches or 60 millimeters, and the blade thickness is 0.11 inches or 3 millimeters. Here it is processing some cardboard. The thin blade stock and the full flat grind really help with its slicing ability. This piece of cardboard is pretty thick and it's going through fairly easily. Here's the Rhino cutting some fruit. It is a short blade, so it's difficult to get this whole apple cut in one motion. So it just takes a little bit of adjusting with that shorter blade length, but it's slicing through that apple really easily. The apple isn't splitting. It's just clean cuts all around. Despite being a small blade, that swooping belly really gives it more of a cutting edge than you'd expect from a 2.3 inch blade. So while I go over more specs on this knife, I'm gonna start the next part of this video, which is the knife portrait. The overall length of the Spyderco Rhino is 5.94 inches or 151 millimeters. When it's closed, it's 3.57 inches or 91 millimeters. The weight on this guy is 2.3 ounces or 65 grams. The handle material is a combination of carbon fiber and G10. You can adjust the pocket clip to either right or left hand carry, and it's basically limited to tip up carry. The Rhino uses a compression lock, which is pretty fun in terms of fidget factor. As you can see here, the pivot on my Rhino is on the tighter side, so I can't really flick it closed, but I'm sure if you kind of adjust the tightness on that pivot, you can loosen it up so that it is more flickable. This knife was manufactured in Taiwan. It has a trailing point blade shape, which gives it a big belly and a really nice piercing point at the top right there. The first thing I noticed about this knife when I unboxed it was how freaking adorable this blade is. It's really cute. When you open it up, it's just a little guy, and I always think that the spidey holes kind of give the knives a special personality. The knife reminds me of Zero from The Nightmare Before Christmas. So I don't have a tablet to do my digital art. So what I do instead is I draw things with ink and paper, scan it in, and start editing stuff on this app called Photoscape. This is the first rhino I've ever drawn. Well, actually, I guess this would be the first 3 rhinos that I've ever drawn. Now I'm starting on the knife itself. I decided to draw 2 rhinos to put in the bigger picture with the rhinoceros. I decided to make the grass also shaped like the blade. So when I drew these knives, I imagined the bigger one to be kind of like the parental figure knife and the little one to be the kid. I don't know, just playing around here. And for the final touch, I'm just playing around with some filters. And leave a comment below. How would you caption this? I have some ideas, but I'd love to hear yours. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.